Welcome back, friends. Today we're talking about codependency, a term that gets thrown around a lot but is often misunderstood. If you struggle with losing yourself in relationships, feeling responsible for others' feelings, or have unclear boundaries between yourself and the people you love, this conversation is for you. What is codependency? Codependency is a pattern where you focus so much on someone else's needs, feelings, and problems that you lose touch with your own. Your sense of self becomes entangled with another person, and your well-being feels dependent on their well-being. Common signs of codependencies include difficulties identifying your own feelings and needs, seeking validation and approval from others to feel okay with yourself, feeling responsible for other people's feelings and actions, having difficulty saying no or setting boundaries, staying in unhealthy relationships because you fear in being alone, sacrificing your own needs to keep others happy, feeling anxious when you're not helping or fixing someone, and deriving your self-worth from being needed. Codependency isn't the same as caring about yourself. It's when you care for someone else that comes at the expense of caring for yourself, where codependency comes from. Codependency typically develops in childhood, often in families where a parent struggled with addiction or mental health issues. Emotional needs were not met consistently. Had to take on caretaking roles too early. Love felt conditional on being helpful or good. Boundaries were poor or non-existent. Your feelings and needs were dismissed. As children in these environments, we learn to prioritize other needs over our own as a survival mechanism, manage other people's emotions to feel safe, derive worth from being needed helpful, ignore our own needs because they weren't seen as important. These patterns make sense in childhood, but they create significant problems in adult relationships. Understanding codependent patterns. Codependency shows up in all types of relationships: romantic partnerships, friendships, family, relationships, and even professional relationships. In romantic relationships, codependency might look like losing yourself completely in the relationship, feeling incomplete without a partner, staying in unhealthy relationships because you can't imagine being alone, trying to fix or save your partner, tolerating unacceptable behavior because you fear abandonment. In friendships, it might look like always being the listener and helper, never the one being supported, feeling responsible for your friend's happiness, making yourself constantly available even when it drains you, difficulty having reciprocal friendships. With family, it might look like feeling obligated to fix family members' problems, absorbing family dysfunction as your own responsibility, struggling to separate from unhealthy family dynamics. The cost of codependency. Codependency is exhausting. You constantly managing other people's emotion, solving their problems, and neglecting yourself in the process. You lose your identity. Your life revolves around someone else. You stop knowing who you are outside of that relationship. You enable unhealthy behavior by constantly rescuing and accommodating. You prevent people from experiencing the natural consequences of their own action, which actually prevents their growth. You attract unhealthy relationships. Codependent patterns often pair with narcissistic or self-centered partners who are happy to let you do all the emotional work. You experience chronic stress and burnouts. You cannot sustain constantly putting everyone else first. Steps towards healing. Recognize the pattern. Awareness is the first step. Notice when you take on responsibilities for others' feelings, when you're neglecting your needs, when you're losing yourself in relationships. Learn to identify your own feelings and needs. Codependent people often don't know what they feel or need because they spent so long focused on others. Practice checking in with yourself. What do I feel right now, and what do I need? Set boundaries. This is crucial. You cannot heal codependency without learning to set and maintain boundaries. Start small. Say no when you want to say no. Don't rescue people from their own problems. Sit with discomfort. When you stop people pleasing and start setting boundaries, you'll feel guilty and anxious. That's normal. The discomfort doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. Develop your own identity. Pursue hobbies, interests, friendships, and goals that are yours alone, not tied to anyone else. Practice self-focus. This isn't selfish, it's necessary. Spend time thinking about what you want, what makes you happy, and what your goals are. Work with a therapist. Codependency is deeply rooted, and professional support can be incredibly helpful in unpacking these patterns. Join support groups. Codependent Anonymous, CODA, and similar group provide communities and tools for healing. Learn about interdependence. The goal isn't to become completely independent and never need anyone. Healthy relationships are interdependent. Both people maintain their own identities while also being connected and supported. What healing feels like. Healing codependency doesn't happen overnight. It's a process of slowly learning to put yourself on equal footing with others. Not below them, but not above them either. As you heal, you'll notice you can be in relationships without losing yourself. You can love people without feeling responsible for fixing them. You can say no without drowning in guilt. You can have needs and express them. You can allow people to experience consequences of their own action. You feel more grounded in who you are. Final thoughts. If you recognize codependent patterns in yourself, please know this is not your fault. These patterns develop as an adaptation to challenging circumstance. They made sense at one point, but they don't have to define you forever. You can learn new patterns. You can develop healthy boundaries. You can have relationships where you don't lose yourself. You are not responsible for everyone else's happiness. You are not required to sacrifice yourself to be loved. You are allowed to matter just as much as everyone else in your life. Healing codependency is an act of profound self-love, and you're worth it. Thanks for listening, and take care of yourself once again. Bye. Until next time.